Everyone, we are back, and we are actually here to talk about something that I love! And that's, of course, Destiny Poo. No jokes. We're here to talk about Overwatch.
I've never heard of it. What is it, Sam?
It's this really cool game, right? Where, like, you have a bird on your back. No, I've done that joke before.
The only other game you know, Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah, you mean the one that you fly in the air and shit, and you have a cap and stuff?
It's me! Ahoo!
Good game, you should try it.
Well, this week, Overwatch actually started their Overwatch League, their OWL for short, which just sounds a bit weird if you say it. But anyway, it's basically like Overwatch eSport, which they've been trying to do for a long time. And within that, they also released special skins for each of the teams and certain players within those teams that you can now purchase without having to go through loot boxes. Some big news from Total Biscuit, a YouTuber that I have a lot of respect for, who says he spoke behind the scene to Blizzard back in the day, and he says that Blizzard nearly ran out of money when developing Overwatch, which is a little bit weird.
Naturally, I can't pay you much of a reward because I'm strapped for cash.
So, first of all, Overwatch as an esport. It's been like the dream of Blizzard for a long time now to get Overwatch like functioning as an esport. There was a lot of doubt over whether or not it would happen. I remember last year there was this profit downgrade from like some analyst, like Wall Street firm, saying that, you know, they expect Blizzard shares or Activision Blizzard shares will underperform due to the lack of potential that Overwatch has as an esport.
Yeah. And I think that, look, they saw, of course, what League of Legends did in terms of, you know, competitive gaming on like a global scale. Everyone was tuning in for that shit. But will it be, you know, as big as League of Legends? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think Overwatch is a fun sport to watch, personally.
We've
I
had
don't
this
enjoy
discussion
it.
before. I enjoy it, but you're right in saying, look, I've watched a lot of Twitch in the corner when I'm playing games or if I'm just surfing the net or whatever, and that's a game that I do enjoy, but it's not as enjoyable as Siege or League of Legends or Hearthstone even. Like, there are games that I find more enjoyable to watch. So that's a problem I think they have going forward, but apart from that, it's really how they've implemented the skins in this league that is a bit controversial.
You're all about those cosmetics, aren't you, Sam?
It's just cosmetic.
Shut up, Jim. The story behind this is that they've released a whole bunch of... I think it's about 300 skins.
340 skins or something.
Right, that align to the different teams and different players on those teams. And you can basically now buy these skins directly. You don't need to get... Before in Overwatch, you could only get skins through loot boxes. Or you could buy them using the in-game currency that you would get from, like, you know, getting duplicates or whatever else.
You got a couple by buying a certain type of the game, but ultimately, that was the only way.
It was a loot box economy, right? And this pissed a lot of people off. It pisses me off personally. I think loot boxes are a shitty distribution model. If you're asking people to pay for them, it's inherently predatory, because instead of selling them the thing that they want at a fair price, you're asking them to gamble for the thing that they want.
Or you can trade it all in for what's in this box.
The box.
And the thing is, before I even go forward, I want to make it very clear.
Here we go.
I am a Overwatch fanboy. But the thing is this. It doesn't matter if it's Overwatch implementing a purchased skin style, or if it was Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2 from EA.
Also haven't heard of that.
Yeah, of course. If they implemented a new way in which that we could purchase heroes, even if I completely disagree of how they've done everything and I don't really like EA at all right now, I would still be like, good on you, EA. I like what you're trying to do there. So, because you're trying to move away from a loot box style.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Now, I'm not saying that Overwatch is definitely trying to move away entirely, but it kind of seems that they may be testing out the waters potentially to see what the reaction is, that people can just go and buy skins.
The big difference is here is you don't need to rely on loot boxes. You can just choose the skin that you want and you pay for it. You pay about $5 I believe.
Yeah,
you have to buy some
Aussie.
league credits bullshit currency, and then you use that currency to buy skins. It roughly equates to $5 a skin.
But the thing is, right, you know how those crappy companies, like, you buy one skin, let's say a normal skin costs 150 credits, but you can only buy either 100 credits or 200 credits, so you're left with 50.
Destiny 2.
They didn't do that with this. They were like, you want one skin? Just pay us the exact amount you need, and you can go and buy a skin.
Because, I mean, ultimately, we have to be real about this. You know, like, Overwatch as a game has given you everything for free in terms of its ongoing
buy
updates.
for it.
I mean, when I say you pay for the game, right? But then they keep the game alive. All of its seasonal characters, all of its special events, all of the stuff that it does is all just provided to you free of charge if you choose not to buy any of the loot boxes. For Overwatch to survive in the long term, it needs to monetize. It's fair that that company wants to charge us something going forward, because you paid $30 or $40 at the box price at the start. They developed this game a long time ago. The retail sales are going to dip down because more and more people will own the game. And if you want Overwatch to last for the next 10 years because you love it, then they need to find a way to make money. And selling skins, selling specific skins at a fair price is a pretty okay way to do that.
And a lot of people will come back with the argument, it's Activision, it's Blizzard, they got so much money. The bottom line is, just because they've done very well doesn't mean that they don't deserve to continue to make money off a very good product if they're giving us quality going forward. If there's continuous quality, like the expansions for World of Warcraft, there was a lot of quality there. You paid a bit of money for them, but you got
$15 a month.
You got a shitload of quality content.
I don't mind paying for stuff so long as it's good. I paid $15 a month subscription to World of Warcraft. I never once regretted it because I felt like I was getting value for money.
Dude, you got so much value for that. Like, instead of going out and like blowing all your money on drinks, you could literally spend $15 and like 100 or 200 hours of that whole month could just be dedicated to awesomeness.
Totally.
Doesn't matter how much money your company has. If you're giving out a good product, you deserve to continue to make money. We're not anti-company. We're not anti-making money. We're just anti-freaking screw you over with shitty loot boxes that you don't know what the chances are.
Least you can do is level with me. What are my chances?
Not good.
You mean not good like 1 out of 100?
I'd say more like 1 out of 1,000,000.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
One of the complaints that people have about these skins is that there's 300 of them, and I couldn't possibly get every single skin. That Activision Blizzard are being greedy by giving us 300. Do they expect me to spend $1,500 on skin? No, obviously not. You're not meant to have all of these skins. You're meant to buy the ones that you like. It's like, everyone uses this analogy, it's like a jersey for like a sports ball, okay? You're not meant to buy every jersey for every player in the NFL. You're meant to just buy the one that you like. Or maybe the 2 or the 5 if you're a big fan. And then after that, don't worry about the other ones. They're not for you.
Let's be real, not many people are going to be diehard fans of supporting some team. It's really like some people just want a particular color. They like the color of Reinhardt, or they like the color of Torbjorn, or whatever they want to really call him. But the bottom,
said it the same way twice, by the way.
Torbjorn and Torbjorn. No?
Hey guys, I'm with Torbjorn.
It's Torbjorn.
No. Okay. This is going in. Shitty editing today.
Oh yeah. The last piece of information that came through was from Total Biscuit. Now, Total Biscuit is a very, very long-serving YouTuber. He's been around for about 10 years now on the scene, and he's been very close to Blizzard during that time because he was very big into StarCraft back in the day, World of Warcraft, and he's now just a PC games critic. He came out and said in a tweet recently, and I quote, "Prior to launch, Blizzard was seriously concerned that money would run out and had to push back against selling characters. They had to actually fight for cosmetic-only boxes with the business folks." Now, what he's referring to here is that basically, you know, Overwatch was in development for a long, long time before Overwatch came out, because it was actually Project Titan at first, which was meant to be an MMO as a sort of follow-up to World of Warcraft.
Like a Destiny style.
Not necessarily Destiny. Well, that was kind of one potential aspect to it, maybe, but it was really a very ambitious, broad MMO that they were working on, saying like, well, World of Warcraft was an MMO and that was successful. Let's do that again with something else.
Yeah.
That eventually collapsed as the whole MMO genre collapsed, and so they said, well, let's take a lot of that work and let's make Overwatch with it. This game was in development for at least 7 years, a long time, and a lot of resources thrown out. There was obviously a lot of pressure for this team to make money, and the idea that cosmetics cosmetics are enough to be able to get by isn't actually true, because I've certainly had conversations with developers where developers say that the money men at the top of the pyramid don't believe that cosmetics are lucrative enough because players don't have enough incentive to want to buy cosmetics.
Yep.
When it comes to things like player power, like pay to win, like Star Wars Battlefront, players want that shit because they want to have the best KD, they want to be like top of the leaderboard, they want to have the best weapons and all that sort of shit, right? But when it comes to like a cosmetic skin, players want it, but they don't want it as much, which means they won't spend as much. So for that reason, I can understand what this tweet is and why it exists. He's basically saying that the money people at Blizzard were saying, no, we need to sell characters because they'll sell better, and the Overwatch development team were like, no, we need all characters on the roster, we can only sell cosmetics, that's it.
I mean, I get what they're saying, I get it, that they have costs that they must meet and they want to make money, that's okay. But do you really ever feel like, personally, when a new skin comes out, I'm like, oh my god, I really want that skin, but I'm not really compelled to like put money down and and gamble the system to get one legendary skin. Do you ever actually feel like you really want to do that?
No, but in League of Legends, for example, when a new player
That's
came,
different.
but that's what I'm saying. When a new character came out, I was like, I'm gonna buy that character straight away.
100%.
No question.
You don't even know what it does yet. You're like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
buying
buying
that
it,
shit.
that's it.
But that is how that they, in my opinion, they will make tenfold by people knowing what they're buying. And if they know what they're buying, they're more inclined to put that $5 down. Some people will still put the $60 to get X amount of loot boxes, but more people will do the actual micro transaction. They'll do smaller transactions, and they'll probably do it on like a more regular basis, and that'll probably solve this whole issue.
Either way,
I would have bought 10 times more. I mean, I've never actually paid for a loot box in Overwatch. That's the truth. I've never paid. Would I buy skins if I knew it was $5, $7? Yeah, I would. Because I like to look cool in games.
That's true.
It's not just cosmetic.
You don't look cool in real life.
I don't look cool enough in real life. But like, the truth is, as Jim Sterling does say, which is very true, it's not just cosmetic in that regard. Although,
I mean, it is just cosmetic, but the idea that cosmetics don't matter is false. Cosmetics matter. They're
what I'm
part of the
saying
game.
is, it is part of the game. It's like, World of Warcraft. You wanted to look cool. It was like, it was so important to look cool to everyone else. It's the same thing now. You want to look cool. Like, come on, you want to look cool. It's as simple as that.
So why do you wear such shitty clothes?
I actually look cool.
Either way, I really wish the Overwatch League all the success in the world. I hope that the skins that they're putting out actually sell well, and I hope that they then abandon the loot box model because they realize that these skins are selling fairly well and people are happy with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Overwatch deserves to continue to thrive in the future. It's a
100%.
good game.
It's a fantastic game.
That deserves support.
I mean, I played it once or twice. Like, it's okay. But if you want to play that game, everyone, and I don't have the shoes on today. Sorry. So, see ya!